I'm just running into the house after being at the Blythewood Hotel, which is where we had a spa. I've always had massages there. It's like the best place to get a massage in Glasgow. But also in all of Scotland, they've got saunas that are named after the islands, like Jura, and there's all these different saunas, and you're just going, this is the best spa in the world. I'm drinking my barley, but it's just nothing. There's no sugar in it. It's not very sweet Coca-Cola from Roots and Fruits. And just had the best lunch with Peter Mullan and Robyn Malcolm. We had a really nice chat for so long. It was a long lunch. It was so funny. Like, everything about it was really funny. And then I don't know why I love chatting to them, because it's always nice to catch up, and there's always so much to catch up on. And I also feel like there's like really good character actors out there, you know what I mean? And ever since I was 16, Peter Mullan was like, you better be. Like, don't focus on like the outside or whatever, you know what I mean? As an actor, it's all about like the internal work. And whatever you have as an artist will last forever, you know what I mean? But if you focus on something physical about yourself, that goes away. The physical goes away. And I was just like, what the fuck's he on about? When I was 16, I was like, I don't even know what he's talking about. Now I understand. I'm 45. Now I understand what he's talking about. And he's correct. He was correct then, as Mullan always is. And then also, I was telling Robyn and Mullan about how I was standing in the queue at TK Maxx and I bumped into Lenny Mullan, and it's just like, oh my God. And I was like, fuck off. I was like, well, didn't you cast me in Neds? Because Peter's brother literally is the double of him, but also they work so well together. They're both really fucking funny as well. And also I was just like, why is Lenny Mullan like at my TK Maxx? And Lenny was only holding one thing. He was like buying one thing. And I was like, oh my God, I was buying so much shit. And Lenny was saying like, he's like this one thing for his hair. And then I was like, oh, what you doing in town? And he was like, I'm literally just going to my... Lenny Mullan was like, I'm going to my class that I teach. And he teaches in the city centre. And I was like, oh my God. And Lenny was like, you should come to that class. I was like, I fucking will. So now I'm going to go. This Wednesday I'm going to go. Can't fucking wait. And Lenny did cast me in Neds, but it was like an easy thing to cast. My character was easy to cast because I think Peter had obviously written the part like with me in mind, but also based on somebody in his real life. So it was all very like kismet meant to be vibes. And yeah, I think Ned's is like the one that if you ask me which is the one that's like the dearest to my heart of all the stuff I've done, it's got to be that one. Because Aunt Beth she had hair ginger like this. My character has red hair like that. It's actually a bit more red. It's kind of like this colour. That kind of red. You can see, it doesn't even matter like what shade of red it was, but it was this really specific type of red. And there's something about the fact that I got to be in Ned's, like playing Louise's sister. Louise Goodall's like our Meryl Streep. You can't get better as an actress than Louise Goodall in fucking Scotland. And I was just like, oh, I knew Louise from watching My Name is Joe and being like, that is the best actress. And then not only did Louise play my sister in Ned's and we cried on each other and stuff, and we just looked after the Waynes. Like, that was my job with her. I was kind of like, let's look after Mary the wee Wayne. And we made sure nothing happened to her. The kids weren't there, like the wee kid and the wee kids weren't there for the crazy stuff that we shot. The most violent stuff, you know. God's sake, there's somebody with a motorcycle fucking coming up my street. They must be going exciting places. Then I said to myself, oh my God, Louise Goodall, no fucking way am I acting with you and Ned's. And every day I had to pinch myself because I was just like, can't believe I'm doing a Peter Mullan film. Can't believe Peter Mullan's my best pal. Can't believe, like, he's put me in something. Because I thought Peter would work with me when I was, like, 95 or something. But not, like, I don't know, not when I was so young. And then the other thing is Ned's was just so good. Like, the script was just so good from the fucking jump. Like, even if we had done one scene from Ned's, we'd all be like, this is a short film that's the best fucking shit we'll have ever done, you know? And that's the case, like, if when Mullan did his shorts, they were kind of like the best shorts you'll ever see. Like, Fridge and all that. And Close, you're like, oh, fuck off. Like, they're the fucking best films to come out of Scotland. But then it was so cool to be in Ned's. And then also have Gary Lewis there. Everybody was there, you know. And I remember now, it's just so full circle because Louise's wee nephew was like, oh my God, at the I Swear premiere, he was like, Aunt Beth, man, Aunt Beth. And I was like, yeah. He was like, no fuck away. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'm Louise's nephew. And I was like, are you serious, man? That's insanity. Like, the fucking full circle of that for me. When the I Swear premiere was just like in September, I was like, no, it's such a cute wee Glasgow. Glasgow's so tiny. But you're such a big fish in Glasgow, you know, like, whatever we do here is massive. And then if you go somewhere else, it's like, yeah, you do stuff, but you might be like in the big ocean. You might be a small fish in a big ocean, but here you're just like in a pond. You're a massive fish. And I think about that, you know, I think about like the soul getting older, the soul of work, like what it really means to put a graft in a job, an acting job. Like, it might look glamorous, but it's not glamorous. But it's beautiful, you know what I mean? Like, it is beautiful. It's a beautiful job. So I can't wait to go to Lenny's class on Wednesday, which is just in 2 days. Then I'm also talking to my music supervisor, Natalie Clark. I'm chatting to her this week. Probably on Tuesday, which is when the restaurant in Finniston is going to have oysters back, because they don't have oysters delivered on like national fucking holidays, like international holidays. Like, eggs come at Easter, but oysters do not. So like the Finniston, the fish restaurant, does not get a delivery of oysters over the Easter weekend. So I was just like, what the fuck? And they were like, they didn't have oysters all of last weekend. This whole last weekend, I was just like, ew, no. And then now I'm like, I know they're going to have them on Tuesday, so I'm going tomorrow to the Finniston to just be like, I'm going to eat as many fucking oysters as I can. I also was telling Mullan today, that's why, and I told Robyn why I moved to California, why I moved from, like when I was in California, why I moved from the west side to the east side in Los Angeles, because like I was literally living in Paradise Cove, like a paradise on the water in Malibu. But I went to Silver Lake because I wanted to like get a house that was near the L&E Oyster Bar. I literally told Mullan and Robyn that I moved to that place, to that area, so I could go to that 100% oyster place. L&E Oyster Bar is still like going. It's such a good place on Silver Lake Boulevard, and I like could walk there from my house, and they got to know me so well. Like, they were like, this is crazy. The lady who was like managing it was like, this is nuts because you're in here like every fucking day. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry, like, sorry, I'm here all the time. She was like, no, like, come all the time that you want. But she was like, I just want you to know how weird it is, because she was like, I live on Mariana Avenue in Pasadena. And I was like, that's a fucking like miracle, isn't it? Like, I was like, that is very, like, LA's very like small towny, even though it's huge. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can say stuff and be like, oh, that actually does make sense, you know. Where I would like to live is like Florida, or like, you know, LA, what, back in the day when just LA was so kind of cool when I was there. Like, I was there for so long, and I literally just love every second of it because the sunshine. You can't, oh look, this is a bracelet. No, it's a necklace. Oh my God, this is so nice actually. So I saw, this is from Carly gave me this. She's so sweet. She gave me this and I just never stopped wearing it because it's got like, I don't know if you can see. You can see. It's got a little hand and the hand like has fairy dust. And I was like, that is cute. And I added this to it because I was like, I'm a Virgo, so I'm like an earth goddess. I need this like, it's like a mirror screen or something, but it's literally adventuring or some shit. I can't remember what it's called, this one, but it is very grounding, earthy, green vibes. It's just nothing better than like a green piece of jewelry. And I like having a square. I like having a wee rectangle to match this rectangle, because I'm kind of like circle that square, you know. What did I tell Peter today at lunch? I said to Peter Mullan that I put a crystal on something, or like I was praying for somebody. I told Robyn Malcolm as well, and I was like, Robyn, yeah, I put a crystal on that. I put a crystal and a prayer on it or something. Like praying for somebody that we all know, and I can't remember what it was. It was really funny. Because I say that all the time. I'm like, oh, I've got crystal for Vicky Matheson. I've got crystal for everybody I know. So they're like protected and having like a good time and like getting all their dreams coming true and all that, you know. But I do have crystals for everyone. Also, I wore this on Easter, which was so sweet. I don't know why. I got this in Malaga as well, Marbella Old Town. And it's got little crystals on it. This has got rose quartz and little like turquoise and little brown ones, which I think the brown ones are really good for money or abundance and finance and stuff like that. But the rose quartz is really good for love. And these turquoise are really good for protection. And I just love that one. I don't know why I love that one as well so much. But I got flowers, like. I got flowers. Na 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 na. Just being like, na 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 na. I got thistles, yeah. Like, you know how in Braveheart, he gets like a thistle from the wee girl, because the thistle's like coraggio. Like if you've lost a family member, they'll give you a thistle at the funeral so you can have strength to go on. It like gives you courage when you don't have any. But I have like 10 thistles in this bunch of flowers and roses, and like they're pastel colored roses, and I was just like, go to Edinburgh and back. That is so nice. Oh, the other thing is, I was like, just flashing that to everyone I know, because I love flowers. And like, I thought I was going to get one flower. I mean, like, I like a flower. I'm like, give me the gift of a flower. And then I got like a bunch, and I was like, wait, that's epic, you know? But I am like, looking at Braveheart now going, they've only got one thistle on that. And I've got like multiple thistles in my bunch. This is the key to my heart, or the key to cinema, or whatever. This is the key to everything. This gold's key. It also works for me when I've got like if I've done my nails, I can use this to open my can as well. Which, if you're a lassie, sometimes you need some muscle like that to help you out. God, it was literally the funniest amount of stuff happened on Easter that I can't even communicate, and stuff happened before that I can't even communicate because I can't like spill the beans about stuff. But I literally am going to say that it does feel like Year of the Horse, new, fast. Everything's happening rapid. It feels like if you dream of it, it's happened. If you want to go on your dream holiday, it's already happened. If you want to have that dream job, it's already happened. Like, it's all happened. Like, it's already happened. And it's not like we need to take a minute and look back and go, oh my God, like, we've come so far. It's like, actually, the dream came true so long ago, and we've come so far within the dream that it's like, wait, hang on a minute, who the fuck are we now? Because what we're doing is probably riding that horse pretty fucking fast. Astrologically, Year of the Horse is brilliant for everyone. Every sign, everyone who's got anything, whatever your Venus is in, whatever your rising, whatever your moon, whatever your sun sign is, year of the horse right now, between now and next year, is like all fast dreams coming true, and then continuing for like 10 more years. It's going to be dreams coming true forever, and we just can't cope with how nice it is. It's like good vibes. It feels like sun on your face for everybody. And like on here I have videos of me doing Glow for Netflix in California. I have videos of me shopping like there is no tomorrow in Marbella. Oh my god, I don't know who's phone of me. 718. That's Brooklyn, baby. Anyway, that's a Brooklyn number. Anyway, what the fuck am I saying again? Oh yeah, Marbella. I went shopping like I was as if I was never gonna shop again. I went. You can ask Mimi, who was with me on the trip, like Sammy Mulgrew. She was like observing me shop, and I was just like, I'm shopping now for the rest of my life. Like I will never have to go to the shops in Glasgow again, because the stuff that's in Marbella Old Town is so much nicer than anything that you could find in a shop in Glasgow. Of course, that is factual, but also it's cheaper. And I was just like, so therefore, that is double whammy for a Scottish person, where you're like, is cheaper is better. What? Like, go get it, you know? Like, if it was one of those things, if it was better but more expensive, you'd probably get it. But if it's like cheaper and better quality, you're like, fuck. That's what it feels like. It feels like everyone's getting their best quality stuff now, and it's like cheap, you know, affordable for them. And you're just like, oh my god, we didn't know that was possible. I also got this in Malaga. I got that the first time I went to Marbella. Someone texts me, Catholic PR firm. Who? Someone texts me from 718. Who's the Catholic PR firm? Catholic? Are you sure it's Catholic PR? That seems like up my street because I'm quadruple Catholic, but I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe it's a different name. It can't be Catholic PR. I'm going to check after this video. But I just have to show you guys how pretty this bracelet is, because I got this the first time I was ever in Marbella, which is like not even... It was like July last year, but this is Parabella. Or Parabaya. And I was like, this is the kind of thing that you can't get in Scotland. Or anywhere else, you know. My pals in California who are all mums are like, where did you get these dresses? And I was like, I know, I got them in Malaga Old Town. Like, for my Easter look, I look so cute in Easter, going to church for the Easter blessing. That's all from Marbella. And I was like, so like, sorry guys, Old Town Marbella is like where I dress myself, and you cannot even get that stuff now. Like, you can't even go there and find it, because they kind of have like one-offs of everything, which is also like epic. It's such like a lover, not a fighter move, where you're like, oh, fashion wise, it's not like when you go to Primark, or if you go anywhere, if you go to Zara, if you go anywhere, you're like, oh, or the Gap, like everyone has that. You just bought something that everybody has. And in Old Town Marbella, it's like cheaper and nobody has it. They have one of a kind, which kind of is like what you want in like a relationship. You're like, I would like that one of a kind vibe, you know? Just like made for me, high standards, tippy top, all the way. Done. That's done. I can't praise enough Passy is the name of the woman. Like, her company is called Passy. She's literally Passy Boutique, but she's literally Shop Passy on Instagram, because she just has this incredible... She has a shop with her sister as well. So it's two sisters, two Spanish sisters, and I'm just like, guys, like, it's so feminist. You know? They dressed me. It's so feminist. I can't deal with how beautiful it all is there. Like, they had these, like... Oh, I think I put it on my YouTube channel, where I was like, this color green cowboy boots, like an adventuring shiny cowboy boot, that color, and you're just like, guys, like, get the mint cowboy boots, you know what I mean? Like, why not? I didn't get them because I like literally have enough shoes, and also I'm 5'11" and my massive fucking feet didn't fit in them. But if they had my size, I probably would have got them. But Sammy was like, you should get them. I was like, I know, but also no, I'm not getting them. Because they don't fit. Because my wide and huge feet don't fit in anything. But also, it was just such a good trip. And it was very Year of the Horse where we're like, that happened, that worked. You know, like everything about the trip was like amazing. I'm not gonna lie, this Easter we went to Duck Club in Glasgow. Why I haven't been there, I don't know. Like, I've been everywhere else in Glasgow. I don't know why I didn't go to Duck Club. I don't know what it is. Like, I was like, should have come here every day ever since I was like born, because it's such good food. The people are so nice. The guy was so nice to me. I don't know if he's the owner, but he's such a nice guy. I had like 25 people that I brought in. I had like such a big family with me for Easter blessings, and I was like, yo, after the Easter blessings, we all came to the Duck Club, and I was like, hey, because all my family were like, well, if it's the bar, maybe we shouldn't sit at the bar, like maybe we should go to another restaurant and sit down on chairs. And I said, if that's what the family wants to do, that's what I'm going to do. So I walked into Duck Club on Saturday, and this is like Easter Saturday, do you know what I mean? The Saturday before Easter at like 12 o'clock. And I was like, yo, man, I know I've got a reservation for 1 o'clock, but we're going to cancel it. It's on the bar. It's like all my family members can fit on the bar. It's on the bar, and we have to cancel it. And I didn't say because we're trying to go somewhere else with a table, because he told me to begin with that he didn't have any tables because it's obviously Easter weekend, they're busy as hell. So then I walk up the hill to Delzeek in the rain, but I had a brolly, but all my family members are like sitting outside the Duck Club, and I was like, I'll go find out if Delzeek has a table. Walk to Delzeek, and they're like, we don't have a table till 4 o'clock. And I was like, okay. So then I come back to Duck Club, and I say to the fam, yo guys, I don't mind sitting on it. Like, I literally love the bar. Like, I would sit at the bar and eat dinner every night of my life. Like, I don't care. I'll sit at a bar, I don't care. Like, that, it literally doesn't bother me not to sit down on a table. And like my whole family was like, okay, cool, let's just see if he'll give us the table back. And I was like, okay, the bar back. So I go back in to see the guy, and I could see him just seeing me, but he wasn't like an asshole about it. He was literally so amazing. He acted like a brain surgeon would, do you know what I mean? If you were under that level of pressure, like he was just like, he knew that everyone in Glasgow was in his restaurant that day. He knew that we all had like our families. He knew that everyone had like different shit going on. And I also knew that I wasn't the one in my family who was like, I don't care about the bar. But he doesn't know that. And he wouldn't even know, he wouldn't even care. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't care. He just was like, I was like, yeah, can we get the reservation back? And he was just like, yeah, definitely. Let me just figure it out. And he just was looking at the thing, and he was such like a brave face. Like, it was like the face that Mel Gibson has right before the fight scene and the battle scene in Braveheart, when he's like, yeah, you know, that William Wallace would be 10 feet tall and have like lightning bolts coming out his arse, you know what I mean? Like, he's got such a calm face, even though he's going to battle the English, and like is getting all these guys. It's like right before they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom speech, which Peter Mullan coincidentally was there for, because he's the one that's like, no, we'll run and we'll live. And Davy Mackay's like, yeah, like they're both in that scene. The English are too many. They're both in that scene that literally, I can't even believe that I know those two. Like, I can't believe that happened, that film happened in Scotland, and I grew up in a time where I could say I knew the guys who were in that scene. Like, gives you chills. Do you know what I mean? Like, it changed my whole fucking life. It's the reason why I do anything, is because I saw Braveheart at the youngest age and was like, oh my God, like, Scottish cinema is like kicking off now. Like, we can do anything. If Davy and Peter can do that, like, they could go to Ireland and film with Mel Gibson and fucking what? Yeah. If James Robinson can do that and play the wee boy and have those piercing blue eyes, and that's when he gets the thistle from the wee girl, because he plays William as a young man, and you're just like, those piercing blue eyes, cinema, plus he's from Glasgow, plus he's crying for Scotland. He's crying because, like, the English killed his dad. What? Like, oh, you just feel it. You feel it. You feel it. And even if you're not Scottish, everyone who's not Scottish feels that film as well, because it's just like a shot to the heart. Like, the thistles go in your heart, and they just, it's like, there's a joke about like canoes and a tribe like being like, oh, we'll kill these people, we'll kill an Englishman, a Scottishman, and an Irishman. But when they get to the Scottishman, they're like, yeah, you know, we're going to use your skin. After we kill you, we're going to use your skin for canoes. And the Scottish guy's like, okay, cool. And he gets like a thing and he just goes like this and he goes, and they're like, what are you doing? And he's like, ah. And they're like, what are you doing? Because they're about to burn him alive. And he's like, screw your fucking canoes. I grew up, like, when I was 11, someone told me that story, that joke in Glasgow, and I was just like, I will take that to my grave. Screw your fucking canoes. This is so Glaswegian. Like, you can burn us alive, but you fucking also screw your fucking canoes. It's just so class. But also, there's so many other things that happen between now and then where you go, wow, like, wow, mind-blowing shit. What was I even talking about? Like all the videos on here, this video is about everything, but to be fair, I do think something happens when you have a film like Ned's that you can be part of, where you're going, oh my God. When you make something that's good, you have like such a respect for the director. It's well written. It's so well cast. Like Lenny Mullan cast fucking shit into that film. If you want to know like what a casting director is, look at Lenny Mullan and just say Lenny Mullan is the casting director from here to Wednesday, from here to Tuesday, from here to every other day. Like the casting director of dreams, the best casting director I think in the world. If you look at Ned's and just see how he cast the boys in it, how he cast the wee girls in it, you're like, oh, he did well. He did so well. My God, there's so much going on as well. I was talking about Duck Club. I didn't even finish my story. So the guy in Duck Club who owns it or runs it or whatever, he's a manager, but he's a genius. He was and he was looking at the thing, and it was obvious that he had like given the table and the bar to somebody else. So it wasn't like you could just be like, oh yeah, go back to whatever. He just was like, he was kind of like, I've given the bar away now. Like I've let them it's been rebooked, blah, blah, blah. And he's just looking at the thing, and then he was going, right, well, if you guys can come in if you're all here now, just come in now, like a half an hour early or quarter to one, come in at that time. And I was like, we're all here. And he was like, okay. And I was like, okay. Because I knew that he was mental busy, and he knew that I had like 55 family members with opinions. And he was also like, just so chill about it. And that's the kind of thing where I'm going to come back to that guy and be like, I'm going to go to your restaurant every day of my life, even when it's not Easter, because that is so fucking class. Like, he didn't have to be that nice. He literally didn't even have to give us the reservation back, and he didn't have to be so kind about it. He didn't have to actually do anything, like give us the reservation after we cancelled it. Do you know what I mean? On Easter, which I was like, oh, like just a fucking legend. He's a guy in the Duck Club. If you guys want to go, it is on, it's not even on Dumbarton Road. It's on like Highland Road? No. What the fuck what's the street Del Zeke's on? God, what is it? I have it in my bag. Highland Road? It's not Dumbarton Road, because it's like Celinos is on Dumbarton. Chilinos is on Dumbarton Road. The other place I love in Glasgow is Del Zeke. But I also love Eusebi's. Eusebi's is really the place. Oh, Eusebi's. Not Hinba. Hinba is so good. And not... Oh my God. Like, where the hell did I put it? Oh, no way. Oh, Mansfield Park. G11. What the fuck? That's the Duck Club. But why is that? Is Mansfield Park the park that it's on? G115 QF. Partickduckclub.co.uk. Okay. 0141 334 9909. Run, don't walk to the Duck Club, because the food, I had the beef salad and I was like, I would come in here every day for this beef salad. Like, why is it perfect? And it's not too spicy, but it's spicy, and you're like, give me more. And then I went to Fritzy to get this, because I ran out of my Scottish salt, blackthorn salt, because it says, listen to this, naturally crafted on the west coast of Scotland by wind, sea, and thorns. You can't get a better fucking salt than that. We use natural, traditional, sustainable techniques where the seawater is trickling down a wooden tower. This is literally on the fucking thing. A wooden tower packed with blackthorn branches and evaporated by the exhilarating west coast winds through Thorn Tower. Thorough Thorn Tower. Sea wind, thorough Thorn Tower salt crystals. Like, sea wind, thorough Thorn Tower salt crystals. Like, get a fuck. Ingredients, 100% Scottish sea salt. Like, it's just like, I have never tasted a salt this good. I can't explain to you why it's got like rainbows and unicorns in it. I don't know why it's so good. It's just like, come on. It's next level. Next level. Okay, we still haven't answered the question of what street is. Like, what street's the Polish shop on? Because that's where I get my Polish sausages as well. And I'll go in there and I'm like, sausage hatch. And the guy's like, oh my God, just gonna buy all the sausages. And I'm like, sorry. But it's like, that's me. I just go in and get so much stuff in the Polish shop. I can't cope. I'm literally so happy. Oh my God, all the shit's falling out of my purse. That's what happens. First it's falling out of my fucking bag. That's what happens. This bag also, I was in the pool in Malaga, in Marbella, at the swimming pool in Puerto Banús. This, Sammy will tell you, I had tampons. I, for some reason, have tampons in my bag every day of my life. I don't know why I have that, because I'm a Virgo, so I'm organized, but like, even when I don't have my period, I still have tampons, because God forbid I like start my period randomly, which I don't. Like, I'm so regular. Oh my God, like, I'm dropping everything again. So fucking regular. But I also carry this around, doTERRA peppermint oil, and I was like at the pool, and I literally was trying to get my something out, like maybe this, my lipstick or something, my lip balm, Fierce Nature lip balm, unscented one. I was like, Sammy, I'm gonna get my whatever, and this all like exploded by the pool, and there was children around, and I was like, oh my fucking God. And Sammy was like, oh, Sammy Mulgrew always laughs at everything I do, but especially because there was like a tampon storm when I dropped all my shit. Like, I was just like, I don't know why I dropped it all, but I dropped it all by the pool, and I was like, this is embarrassing, and I had to pick it up fast because I didn't want the children to see. Because I was just like, this is not for kids. It was stupid. And also, like, I kind of love it in girls when she's like, Lena Dunham's like, well, because I'm so regular, like, as a person, but Lena Dunham was like, I'm never regular, and I was like, that is a fucking nightmare to not be regular, because you don't know when it's coming. It's like, could happen anytime. I was just like scared of that. But anyway, this is cute. I have to tell you, did I tell you guys about Gifted and Curated? My best pal, she literally runs this place. She gave me this for free, and I was like, no. It's in the Hidden Lane in Finiston, and I was like, my dream dog that I don't even have to get now because I have a clip of it, and that won't even bark in my face because it's a clip. And there's something to be said for just being like, this was the best weekend for Easter we had. We didn't realise it was going to be so good. And we didn't realise the Year of the Horse would be dreams coming true already. They've already happened. Like, that's the thing. We don't even realise how amazing it is. Meanwhile, I'm going to watch Outlaw King for the 25th millionth time. I'm also going to watch Lasses and Mohicans for the 25th millionth time. Because I love Michael Mann. Literally. And all his daughters. Like, best pals with them. They, like, sorted you out. Like, they're the reason why I'm sorted out as a person. Like, they're so talented. And his wife, Summer, was so inspiring. And, like, I would go to their house for, like, the eve of Christmas Eve, like, the 23rd. They would have a party in Brentwood, and I would just be like, this is so fun and inspiring as well. Like, that's the thing that's cool about going to people's houses, where you could be like, I see what you've done here, you know, like, I see how you've spent your life, and I respect it, you know. because there's ways to do LA, and the man's definitely did it in a good way. Michael Mann's just like loves his wife, loves his daughters, loves his films that he makes. Made Last of the Mohicans. The thing I love about Last of the Mohicans is just how the ladies have real hair. They don't have blow dries because it's fucking 1700s. So why would a woman have a blow dry in the 1700s? Like, can we talk about it? They didn't even have blow dries. They didn't have plugs. They didn't have the ability. They probably didn't even have a comb, like a brush. They might have had a comb, but like they're not fucking combing their hair. Like they hack it out. They use that term in the dialogue. They hack it out. Like they don't have anything, but they hack it out. I think it's the female who says it. She's like, they hack out a livelihood or something. And her dad is played by the guy from Tutti Frutti as well. So in Glasgow, we were all just like, what the fuck? Michael Mann hired the guy from Tutti Frutti to play a Scottish guy who's a general who literally was there at the time. You know what I mean? And you're like, all these Scottish guys were there. And what happened was a lot of people who had been just destroyed, a lot of Scottish people who had lost the will to live as soldiers who fought for freedom in Scotland had PTSD from those battles, and then went to America and then created another fucking war that they didn't know what to do with and had PTSD from that war. So you see that a lot, you know, where you have these generals who are kind of twisted, and that's what they say about Magua, that he's twisted. Daniel Day-Lewis's character says that about Magua, that his heart's been twisted. And I remember being like, Magua's the scariest character I've ever seen in cinema. But Sammy Mulgray's mum, Aunt Maggie, I'm not telling a lie, and I'm not telling secrets here by saying that Aunt Maggie had a crush on Magua. And I was like, why would you have a crush on the evil guy? Like, you could have a crush on Uncas, the most beautiful man we've ever seen. Like, what the fuck? Uncas is like the most incredible person in terms of like a person that's ever been put on camera in a film. Go watch Last of the Mohicans and be like, Uncas is, Mike Moran is right, Uncas is like the most beautiful man we have ever seen in cinema before or since. Like, you could put that on my gravestone. That is factual. That's all facts. But my like Sammy, who I grew up with, she's like my best friend who's an introvert. Her mum was literally like such a cool woman to grow up with. Her mum was like so serene, and her mum, Aunt Maggie, I call her Aunt Maggie even though she's not like physically blood aunt. She's not my aunt blood-wise, but she's my aunt spiritually because we grew up all together and they all like raised us together kind of thing. And I remember Aunt Maggie saying that she loved Magua. And I was just like, what? But she was kind of like, that's why she loved him, because she was kind of like, she loves a project or something. She was like, I mean, I could help him or something, you know? And I was like, she's really into like, she needs to be the fixer or something in a relationship or something. I was just like, it tells you like so much, because I would never have thought that Magua is the one to have a crush on, because he's obviously like the crazy, scary one who's literally going to kill everybody. And actually, after Blood, Monroe is the character's name of the Scottish guy from Tutti Frutti. Yeah, Monroe is the name of his daughters as well in the film. And you're like, oh my God, I think that's from the book as well, where you're just going, oh my God, like, Magua's trying to kill Monroe and his kids because Monroe killed Magua's children and his wife. So that's why Daniel Day-Lewis is like, he's fighting, Magua's fighting, but he's twisted, and he's become what has twisted him. Like, he's so evil that he's become what has twisted him. Magua's heart is like so twisted, and everyone's like, nobody's like saying that he's not twisted. Like, even his own tribe is like, we know he's fucked up. Like, we know, because, do you know what I mean? Monroe already fucking killed Magua's kids and his wife, so we know. And also, that's what will happen to you. And also, if you think about it, that's kind of what happened in Braveheart is like all of these good people got just like, you know what I mean? Like William Wallace's family all got fucking destroyed by the English, and you're just like, that's why they fought. You get radicalized and then you fight because you like defending somebody that you wished was still here, you know what I mean? You're defending that love that you wish you still had. That's why in Mirren's defense, like anytime you see Braveheart, Mirren, when she shows up, you're just like, my God, like he's dreaming of her the whole time. The reason he's fighting is because it's for her. I mean, even his best pal's like, you're fighting for Mirren because you think she sees you, but she's dead, man. Like Mirren's dead. You don't need to fight for her because you're doing it for her, but because you think she sees you. And I was just like crying. Like I remember just crying so much because it was like they understood what it meant to be Scottish. Like in Braveheart, like crying buckets of tears. And literally you couldn't leave a cinema in Glasgow when that film came out because it was a river of people's tears. Like everyone was just like, oh my God. Like grown men were crying. I was crying. Everyone was crying. Like this mass healing that a film could be. The catharsis that is Braveheart. And then you're just like with Outlaw King and stuff, we're just like trying to get it back, you know, and like go, here we go, well, like let's try again, you know, and see like what is the Scottish tale that hasn't been told? Like what's the love story for Glasgow now in 2026? You know, is it a rom-com? Maybe it's a rom-com that I make. Maybe it's something that's like bright and light. Because the muses, you know, like the Greek muses or whatever, they had the jokes, they had the way to tell a story, they had prose, they had something that would make someone laugh, like that's like a funny narrative, but like a funny story. And then there's different muses, so there's different parts of theatre that you always want to do, different genres basically as a filmmaker. And I have done different genres as a filmmaker. You can look at it and go, kind of done a lot of genre films. And oh my God, the sun is actually quite nice today. It's a blue sky. There's bits of blue sky. It's not all blue, but there's bits of blue. I am laughing all the way home because I cannot believe I got to do this week. I can't believe it happened. But I'm even more excited about Wednesday, seeing Lenny Mullan, going to his acting class. I'm even more excited about next week. I can't even talk about next week because next week is going to be like a dream has come to fruition, and I'm just like dreaming in dreamland. Like, do you know how like when you're in a dream and you feel like your head has just been blown off? Like you're just like living a dream, man. That's it. It feels like that. And it feels like, I remember that horse at the gate feeling like doing plays in New York and just being like, I want to get on stage, you know. And I would be like, I'd watch the Golden Girls backstage in my dressing room, like at Atlantic Theatre Company. I just watched Golden Girls on like the tiniest TV, and like I already had seen the show like 1,000 times, but it was like my comfort place. I could watch it because it was the only thing I could watch to pass the time, so that I could, after 4 hours of just sitting there, be like, right now it's my time to go on the stage. And there's that thing where you're like horse at the gate, and then you go and you're like running on the stage. You're literally like, all of your juices are flowing. You've got like blood pumping to every place, and also your soul is on fire. You've got everything going on. It's like a past life thing. Everything's here. You're breathing. You're so loose, but you're so loud, and you're so big, and you're also precise. You know what I mean? And you're helpful. You're listening, and you're like given to generously to the whole of the like fucking, not just the theatre world or the history of theatre, but you're given to like all of New York theatre, the history of New York theatre, but you're given also to the history of American theatre, you know, and the history of fucking world theatre and all this shit, like fucking what it meant to work with Kelly Moore and Bogart and the fucking City Theatre Company. Like all of those people I just got so inspired by. I can't even like say how they helped me. Even Lee Cohen was like, Mariana, you know, you could be on SNL, you know, you could, like, you're so funny, you could be on SNL. And I was like, oh my God, I would love to be on SNL, man. I was like, can you get me a job on SNL? Like, that's all I want. I want to be a cast member. I want to do Weekend Update. Are you fucking joking me? And then, do you know what I mean? Like, knowing that you have those pipes, you can just like be like, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. It's not like you have to be like a one-trick wonder or something. And this idea that you could, like, as a cowboy, like, ride any bull that comes at you as an actor is a nice feeling. Be like, I could do it all. Any accent, I could joke, I can do funny, I can do crying, I can do everything. I can do crying. I can do crying. But the thing about New York is, like, you're a horse at the gate, and then when you're done and you leave the stage, you have this feeling of, like you were so expanded, and then you go and you come back to normal life on this planet. You come back to this earth. You're grounded again. You're in your body. You're in this body. You're Mariana. You're not the person that you were on the stage. So you're like, and like the stage manager will be like, do you want a cup of tea or something? Or do you want coffee? And I'll be like, oh, do you want me to make you coffee? And they're like, no, I'll make you one. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm all right, actually, but, like, what are you going to have? Like, and they're like, well, I'm going to have peppermint tea. And I was like, all right, I'll have peppermint tea. And then you sit with the stage manager and you're just, like, chatting about their grandparents, you know, chatting about where the stage manager's from. And, like, other plays the stage manager's done. Yes, I'm about that. You know, you just kind of, like, in the zone, but, like, in the kindness bubble. That is the healing power of what it means to do acting. And you realize, like, oh, like, doing a play is the same shit as, like, getting the bus in Glasgow. You still have to talk to the bus driver, you still have to get your money out, you still have to chat to the granny who's going to chat to you. Like, you have to just be in the fucking moment, whatever that means. Even if it means, like, you're a superhero and then you're, like, a normal person walking on the street, you know? You can actually, like, be both of those things. You can be big and small at the same time. As long as you're kind in whatever you do. Do you know what I mean? That's it. And I think that's the gift, that you get to be a channel for all this shit. You know what I mean? It's not like egotistical or like being a star in the sky. It's like it's so much graft on the ground. It's like you have to be so grounded. You have to bring stuff from the universe, bring it down, like bring those stars to the ground, manifest the stars, like, and give all the stars out to audience members and being like, choo, choo, like, you know, give the abundance to everybody else and share it. You know, like, the second anything happened to me, I was like, I'm going to get 5 people I know jobs in this, you know, or like, I'm going to employ everybody I know and get them to work, because there's nothing better than that feeling when you can, like, employ other people that you know are going to do that too and be kind too and pay it forward too, you know. It's very healing. It's very light-filled. It's alchemy. You could say it's alchemy, but also there's bits of it that are so detail-filled, or like about minutiae. Like, you've got to be good with the details. So I don't know why I've been good with details and big picture. I don't know why. I've just always been able to do both. Some people can only do details and some people can only do big picture, and I've been able to, for some fucking reason, do both. I also just will watch plays 1,000 times, and I'll sit and watch fucking, like, Jerusalem. I saw that at least 5 times because I was like, what the fuck is Mark Rylance actually doing? Let me see if he's going to do that again the next night. Oh, wait, he did it. Okay. Well, oh no, he's actually that in the moment every time. Right. Okay, got it. That's what I would do. But wait, what the fuck? How's he doing? What's he doing? Where's he bringing that energy level from, you know? Because that's not just caffeinated. That's like, he's got like a fire under his bum. Like, what's happening? I was like, who's his mum? Like, who raised him? I want to meet, like, his parents and be like, so what was he like when he was at school, you know? I always think about that. Like, who were they in school? Right, I need to put this headband on if I'm going to watch Outlaw King for the 55th time. I like Outlaw King because she's like, I'm your wife and I'm on your side. Because she's like, you can trust me. And he's a wee bit like, but you're English. And she's like, but you can trust me because I'm your wife, you know, and I'm here for you. And whatever you choose to do, I'll support you. And their relationship, their marriage is like such a slow burn. it's like a train. It's like a train where it's not allowed to go. You know what I mean? The train's like, their marriage is like, he's like, after, because their wedding night, nothing happens, because like I think he doesn't want to be like, yo, I'm gonna just do it on our wedding night, because he doesn't want her to think he's a skis or like a perv or something, so he's just like, they just don't shag on their wedding night, and you're a bit like, oh my god. And then the other thing is, he says, what are you singing? Because it's such, she's like, it's Bonnie of Morn, the song, and he's like, oh, it's pretty. And she's like, yeah, it's fucking pretty, man, because it's my voice singing it. This is like a good tale. It's like a good tale where they're ride or die for, they end up being ride or die for each other, so it's kind of nice. Whatever action you'll take, I'll support you. That's what she says. Like, she's like, I'm your wife, so whatever you do. She's basically like, even if I fucking don't agree with you, like spiritually or psychologically or anything, like in my brain, judging, like I could judge you. But she's like, but I'm your wife, so whatever you do, I will support it. And it's kind of like what he needs to hear as a dude, where he's like, oh, that's nice. Because he was like, I didn't know she was going to be, oh, this cool about it, you know? And then that's, I think, when they shag, because you're like, finally. But it's not till like the third act or something, maybe halfway through or something like that. But anyway, there's so many parts of Outlaw King where you're just like, oh. And my favourite is Tony Curran as well, where he's like, right, we've got a lot of shit going on, so let's just go back to my island. Because Tony Curran is obviously like, his red hair is from an island back in the day. And he sees his wife. And his wife is like sitting there on the island waiting for him. It's been like years or something he's been away. Just punches him in the face. And it's so funny. She's like, where the fuck were you? You know what I mean? Like, she's like, I've been fucking waiting for you every day. And it's been like a year or 2 years that you were away. And he's kind of like, I'm sorry, babes. I told you. She's like, you said you were leaving for a small amount of time. And this has been like so fucking long. But then, like, the next second they're making out, and it's just such a good moment where you're like, that's probably what happened back in the day. I just like that he could take a punch. You're like, oh my god, he could take a punch. He doesn't mind bleeding. God, it's really sunny now. God, I hope it's this sunny like all summer. You guys, I wish I could tell you more, but I can't. Look how nice that sun is. Oh. Sun on my table. It looks even better. This jewel looks even better with the sun in it. Oh my god. I think there's something about the colour green. Green of the grass, green of the heart, green of the trees, green of the leaves. There's something about that minty feel where you're like, like a eucalyptus leaf. Or even thistles, like they look purple, but thistles are green, man. Like when you look at a thistle, it's like, that is like a dark green, but green, it's like a teal. A thistle's like a teal color. And I'm like, ooh, that is a nice shade. Nice shade. Cannot say enough about this weather right now, guys. It is so sunny. I have this on because I also got that in Marbella. And I'm going to watch Outlaw King. So to represent the blood in like all the like in Last of the Mohicans, there's so much red. And in none of my films, there's no red in any of my films. If you look, there's 0 red in Good Dick. There's 0 red in Bitch. There's 0 red in Collection. There's 0 red in Always Worthy. There's 0 red in even Happy TV Show. Got them to take the red out, made it all pastel Easter vibes, because that TV show, Happy TV show, is set in Easter. Everything I've ever done, I've done like 25 other films or whatever as a director, but none of them are red. Because I don't do red. I'll do red. This is why I said to myself, I'll do red in cinema, like Kieślowski's red when he was like 60, 70, he made red. You know what I mean? Like he made blue, he made white, he made all this stuff where he was like, I'm going to go to Paris and as a Polish man work with Juliette Binoche. And Kieślowski, you could say, other than Andrzej Wajda's like the best male director in Poland, not Agnieszka Holland, totally different vibe, but like you could say Kieślowski's like you know, the best director, like as was Andrzej Wajda. They're kind of like number one. They're like both number one. And he made Blue with Juliette Binoche. And you're like, oh my fucking God, like, yes. He did that with his 30s and 40s. And then he also made White in Poland because he wanted to make White about like Poland, because it's like the white in the Polish flag. And then only when he was like old enough and had understood love and was in love and being loved and revered, like in the bubble of what love is, the redness of that, like the red of a red heart, that's when he made Red. And he could make Red at that point. And you're like, he understood the chakras. He understood the crystal chakras and the points of this, like each chakra has a color, right? Like this is purple, your voice is blue, your voice, I know it's not your voice, but it's called like your throat chakra. Yeah. But in acting, it's like your voice. Oh my God, I just closed my voice with my finger. Blue, this is purple. Up here is white because you're like going to the heavens, and up there's all the white. And you would put like a white, like a quartz crystal up here, but you'd put amethyst here. Pure blue for the heart is always like red and pink, but mostly pink. It's really pink because it's like the love is pink. Then you've got below your chest is green, like malachite, and then your tummy is all the solar plexus is orange and yellow, but it's the root chakra that gets to be red. And yeah, like maybe it's where there's blood, but it's also like the root of you, like your root is red. It's not your heart, it's like your root, the very deepest part of you, like the most ancient part of you. And if you look at your whole life, like coming from above down here through all of your chakras, it's kind of like Kieślowski knew that fact. Like he didn't have crystals, but he probably just had amber or whatever. That's a massive crystal in Poland, but like he understood that, you know. Then below that you have black, that below the root chakra you have like the earth of the ground, and there's kind of like two roots to your body where you have like red and then another root which is black, and you could say brown maybe. But if you ask anyone I've ever fucking worked with, from Alex Pettifer to Sally Levi to Natalie Clark, ask anyone who's worked with me and they will tell you I don't put red in my films. And maybe one day I will. Like, I don't know, maybe Red Dads will be red. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know yet, you know. Like, it's kind of like, they were all like, you know, I remember Mina Singh being like, so why don't you put red in your films, you know? When we were doing collections, she's my DP, and I was like, well, you know, I haven't earned it yet, or something like that. And she was like, this is like your 17th feature film. And I was like, I know, I haven't earned it yet. But it wasn't like me in films that hasn't earned it yet. It was like me in my life. Like I wasn't mature enough to put red in a film. Like my Last of the Mohicans, where I'm going to put this color in a film, like, and my Braveheart, like, fuck's sake, that's going to be when I am like wiser than I was, you know, when I was like 35 or even like 39 or whatever, you know. Like, I don't know, man, like there's something about it where as a director you just know what colors you're supposed to do for the colors of the film. Like the thing that the characters are going through as well was pastel and emotional in a way that was pastel. But now that I'm like back in Scotland, it's like, it feels like maybe red is coming so soon, like, because it's such like a flush of a color. Where in Glasgow as well, you say, I don't know if you say this in other parts of Scotland, but in Glasgow we say like, oh my God, it was a beamer, I had a beamer, or like it was a brass neck. It was a brass neck means like you got flushed, you got like red in the face because you were embarrassed. And like it's such a good description. Nobody says, no other, like the French don't say that, Polish people don't have a word for that level of like embarrassed. Like when you have a beamer, like in Scotland and Glasgow, you're like, I had a beamer, like My whole fucking face was red. I was embarrassed, you know. But that happens so much because Scottish people get embarrassed about like everything. They drop something. They drop a pencil and they're like, oh my God, fucking brass neck. That was a beamer, you know. I'm like, sorry, guys. I remember when I go back to Scotland one time, I was like walking up Irish Road. I was like at the lights, you know, like where Kemper and Jones and the tenants places, like a tenants bar. I was like, oh my God, I was crossing the street. And this girl said to her boyfriend, she was like, well, if I tripped in public, I'd kill myself. I'd want to die. And he was like, I know I would want to die too if I tripped in public. And they were both just looking at each other like, oh my God. Like, they were like, I hope it never happens. And I was just laughing because I was just like, that is such a funny, like, wow, what culture to be in that they're just like embarrassed at everything. Like, you're like, look at this bottle of water. And Scottish people are like, oh, that's embarrassing. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, that's cringy. Oh. They just get like so like, oh, they get the fear about everything. They're like, oh. I have to do a double take. They're like, no fucking way. I thought it was funny. It's like, if I tripped in public, I'd want to die. And they also walk so slowly because they don't run in public. Like, that's the other thing. Like, I'll fucking go, if I want to go to Tesco or something, like, I'll run. If I'm in a hurry, I'll run, you know what I mean, on the street. But like, no one in Scotland, no one in Glasgow runs because they're like too embarrassed. Like, it's like they just don't want to get judged by another person on the street. So they're just like, don't run in public, because if you run in public, people will think you're mental. And like, I don't know, it's funny. There's so many things about that like you would never know looking at the culture. You're like, they're funny, but like the thing that's underneath it is like, yeah, they learn to be funny because they just are trying not to be embarrassed in public. It's so fucking funny. And like, if you look it up right now, a beamer, there's no translation. You can't translate it into other cultures. You can't translate it into different parts of like English language countries or English speaking countries that aren't Glasgow or Scotland. You're like, they don't have beamers. They just don't have them. A beamer is so specific to Glasgow. Brass neck is also so specific. All right, here I go. I'm gonna watch Outlooking.